Okay, bear with me. I get a little nervous. So I'm Jelyssa. I'm in the School of Liberal Arts. I'm a neuroscience psychology major. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the topic of child abuse and this CAS 100A and Alright, so do you guys know how often child abuse is reported? It's reported, there's one report every 10 seconds. So in 1 minute, there are 6 reports. I did the math. In 1 hour, there's 360, and by the end of one day, there's almost 9,000 reports of child abuse, and that's only the reported ones, and there's many that go unreported. Today, we're going to cover the main types of child abuse, who's prone to becoming an abuser, and who's vulnerable to becoming a victim. So first, I'm going to define what the law says child abuse is. It's a person under the age of 18, or if you're over 18 but you get raped, kind of. So that's specified as child abuse, and depending what state you're in, the laws are kind of different. So there's 4 types of child abuse, well, 4 main types. It's physical, emotional, sexual, and neglect. But first I'll go over physical abuse. Physical abuse basically is when your parent hits you, punches you, something like that. Usually it'll happen because the parent's either like abusing drugs or an alcoholic, or when a kid is like autistic or Down syndrome. That's usually when physical abuse occurs. A lot of the times the kids don't even realize that they're being physically abused. They think it's normal for them to be getting hit by their parent. But like usually they'll miss days of school for black and blues, black eyes. So that's when they figure that out. Then there's like emotional and mental or psychological abuse, depending on who you are, you classify it that way. It's when your parent basically like talks down on you. So it's like, if they tell you like you're not worth anything, anything like that, they talk down to you. That would be classified as emotional abuse. Then there's sexual abuse. That's basically like rape or incest, or getting touched in wrong places. So that would be sexual abuse. I'm sure everyone knows that. Or child porn is also sexual abuse. And then there's neglect. Like a lot of kids are used to like being home alone. Like their parents are gone for hours and hours. But that's considered neglect because they're not home giving their kids any type of love. Sometimes there's no food in the house. So basically the child starts to fend for themselves, but that's neglect. This is a chart. Neglect is 78.3%, like the biggest on the scale of the types of child abuse, but this does add up to more than 100% because a lot of kids go through more than one type of abuse. I'm going to show you guys a YouTube video of a little girl named Brianna.
We can turn off the light while she's playing the video, and then just put it back. Yeah.
It's actually 5 months. They didn't do their math right. She suffered all 4 types of the main child abuse. She was physically abused, she was neglected, she was sexually abused, and basically by them neglecting her, it was emotional abuse. So who's more common to becoming an abuser? As I said before, usually it's parents who are drug addicted or alcoholics, and it's usually someone who was abused as a child themselves, so they know nothing other than being abused, so that's why they continue to do it. So usually about 30% of abusers, children who were abused will become abusers when they have children. And most of the time it's a member of the family, either a parent, a caretaker, or a close relative. You guys saw that at the end of the YouTube video of her. It said it should not hurt to be a child, because it really shouldn't. Like, your childhood is usually like the best times of your life, so it's not right to ever be abused. The most common victims, it's not really like sex bias, but it's usually babies between birth and 3 years old. That's usually around the time where they're like helpless, they depend on everyone, and they get abused. Girls are 3 times more likely to be sexually abused than boys, and 2 out of every 10 girls are abused, but 1 out of every 10 boys are sexually abused. And that's just a little chart showing you that almost 80% of children between 1 and 3 years old are the ones that get abused. So what we've covered today was the major types of abuse, which are physical, emotional, sexual, and neglect. Who are the abusers? Parents, caretakers, or previously abused persons. And most prone to be victims are children younger than 3 years old. These are my references. And if you guys have any questions or comments, you can always email.